What's up, y'all? It's Peachie P again from cannabisinfusionz. Yes. Visual podcast today. The original audio podcast will be on Anchor or Spotify. Don't forget to follow me. Follow me, Peachie P, at Big Boss Peachie on Instagram. And make sure that you go on that website, cannabisinfusionz.com. Today, yes, I have a special guest with me, Tarris Batiste.
Yeah.
But before we get into him and me asking him all the questions I feel like asking him, y'all already know the strand of the week. So the strand of the week this week is OG Purp, and I just got some Clout Chaser. So I definitely know, I definitely let you guys know how it smokes during this podcast. And this week has been really, really crazy. Had a couple of things to do this week as far as the music video show. Also, if you guys would like to put your music videos in for the show, you can always go on the website, cannabisinfusionz.com. You can always follow me, DM me, send me your music. Let me know if you guys want to be on the show as well. But y'all know I'm excited. Without further ado, y'all welcome Tarris to the show. Yes. Welcome, Tarris. How you doing, man? Where you at now? Like, what state are you in right now?
Yes, I'm in Seattle right now. That's where home been probably about the last 2 years. So I've been up here. But I'm originally from Georgia, though. That's where family at. That's where high school I went to and college, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So
what you rolling up today, over there?
I'm thinking I might try this Clout Chaser right now, like, because I never had it before.
You mixing
well,
it, or you
I
doing
might.
Just Clout?
I don't know. I was thinking about mixing it, to be honest, but I don't know yet. I might just try it first just to see how it is, then mix it in with a little OG and see how it is. So, Tarris, so people that don't know who you are, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, what types of things that you used to do when you were younger to get you to this point now?
Yeah. So my name is pronounced like Tarris Batiste. Right?
Tarris.
But don't worry, Peachie.
Okay.
That happens all the time. No big deal. Like a lot of us young brothers, right? I grew up in Cartersville, Georgia, right? Growing up curious, always into shit, right? I played sports like a lot of us young brothers, but also when I was into sports, I also started smoking weed all the time.
Okay.
It started off with me and my homeboys, me and my homegirls, and it started off me like learning how to roll up. You know how it is when you first starting, right? And
yeah, I was kind of a little bit older when I started, but go ahead.
I started a little younger, you know, back when you would try to roll up right before the school bus come, you know, get a quick smoke in, wash your hands and shit, make sure you don't smell like it before, you know, that's kind of how I started on my journey for sure, and that's what got me to this point about the book. Don't Let It Smoke You.
Right. Speaking of, we're going to get into your book a little bit later, but so I kind of want to ask you just some general questions about just you as a person, like what kind of family did you grow up in, and how did that influence some of your decisions that you wanted to make as an adult?
Yeah, that's a good question too, Peachie. I would say I grew up in a middle-class family. Right? When I say middle class, my mom was there, my real mom, and I had a stepdad. My stepdad been with me since I was like 1. So he's kind of like my real dad. You feel me? He was an ex-military, so he was big on discipline and shit like that. And my mom, she was a little bit on the opposite side. So you know, she used weed and stuff back in the day. So growing up, I kind of had both ends of it, you know what I'm saying? I would see my father, who was in the military. I don't do drugs, I don't drink. And my mom, who was complete opposite. So I was able to see both sides, and I was able to kind of lean on both sides when I needed to. Hence of how it speaks to the book, Don't Let It Smoke You, right? Do what you want to do, just not let it control you.
I actually liked your book.
Your question. I appreciate it. You read it?
I did. I actually did. I did the Audible thing. It was pretty dope.
You liked it?
Yeah.
I need the Amazon review. When you get time, I need an
I
Amazon
already
review.
I
That
already
shit's
put one on there for you. I got you.
you. Look at you. Okay, then. I
I
appreciate that.
mean,
But
so
yeah,
look, all right, yeah. Go ahead.
so that was pretty much my parents' background, and that's pretty much my foundation of my parents, etc.
Okay. Well, that's pretty dope. So, of course, we're here to talk about the book.
Yeah.
Don't Let It Smoke You. Now, what made you come up with that title? Like, why did you feel like, cause it sounds, when I looked at the title, it sounds like, the movie The
And be
Players
honest.
Club. And I love that movie. And she was like, don't let the money make you. You know what I'm saying? Which I kind of understood what she was saying, but it kind of made sense when I like read the book. But what made
Yeah.
you like want to make that as your title?
Yeah. So it was really me pointing at myself and the shit I was going through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was going through a time, even when in high school, in college, right? I was going through a time, Peachy, where I was getting everything done.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. I was good to my family, good to my homegirls, good to my girlfriend, all this other stuff, right? All the schoolwork, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I was still dependent on the weed. For example,
Mm-hmm.
I used to date a chick in college. Before we can go out on dates, I would have to roll up. She's like, every time though? Like, I
Yeah.
understand sometimes. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do, but I also seen like how it kind of got in the way sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it's timing, whether it's, I didn't have to smoke before every function, but back then
Right.
that's how I was though.
Mm-hmm.
And all this gummy and shit, all that, we didn't have gummies and stuff back then how it is now. So it
Oh
was
yeah, it's
strictly
lit
smoking.
now. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can hide it and be discreet and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much what I got. I was running into a bunch of times, Peachy, where I kind of felt like it was getting in the way,
Mm-hmm.
whether it was financially, whether I was kind of like a slave to it. I hate to say that shit, but it was
I
true.
mean, that's true
Like,
though.
and that's why I was like, yo, it makes me feel good, but I can't feel too good because then I ain't gonna do nothing. So that's why I wrote the book for sure. Yeah.
Okay. That's a really good insight. Now, like, I kind of, when I was, okay, so for people that are watching, make sure you definitely go get his book. It's on Amazon, it's on Audible, everywhere. When I was, doing the Audible thing, listening and, just getting an insight on your actual book, I did want to ask you, what were, I know you put it in your book, the damaging effects of marijuana for your personal story, but how, since, okay, so us as a people, us as Black people, I'm actually mixed, I'm Belizean too. So I got both sides of the spectrum. So my mom's African
Okay.
American, my he's Belizean. So, as a community for, African American people, we don't really deal with our trauma and our mental health. So how, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel that you you using marijuana has affected your mental health in a way where you wasn't able to fulfill what you had to fulfill, back in the day? Was it because you had like things that weren't resolved as far as mentally, or was it just the marijuana itself that made you, you know what I mean, a little, I'm not gonna say addicted, but one that made you feel a way where you felt like you had to be dependent on it? Was it outside issues, or was it just the actual plant that made you feel that way?
Good question. Really good question. I've never been asked this question. That's why I'm hesitant, right?
I
I'm
don't
really
know.
thinking
Take
about
your
it too.
time. Take your time.
So, so Peachy on some real shit. So,
Mm-hmm.
I so back then when I was a young adult, like any young adults, you don't even
Mm-hmm.
know what the fuck gives you mental health, right?
Right.
It may be something your mama, it
All
may be your
facts.
mama yelling at you. It may be a trigger. It's like, okay, oh shit, I hate when my mama say this or my dad. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't speak to that back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. But what I did know is the power of when, Peachy, and this is what I'm saying, the power of when. The power of when I wanted to smoke was completely different from when my group wanted to smoke or my homegirl wanted to smoke. And that kind of led me to letting it smoke me, because then I would get a text message say, oh, okay, I'm gonna go meet them and roll up. But it wasn't my time. It wasn't best for me. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think everybody has a power of when. Like, weed became an asset to me when I realized that I couldn't smoke between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. each day.
Right.
You know what I'm
was
saying?
that because of the sports, or was it just
That's
because of
me?
Okay.
Of me. I wouldn't be worth anything. I started to like investigate myself and diagnose myself and say, okay, when am I good when I smoke? When am I not so good when I smoke? And you can go into strands and terpene types and different cultivars.
True.
That's a little deep, right?
Yeah.
But it's more of like more of yourself though, right? You know when you roll up if you're gonna be worth shit today or if you're not gonna be worth anything.
Right.
So that's what I kind of lean more towards, and for myself, not for my peers and friends around me. And that's what kind of helped me not let it control me. I'm still learning about the mental health thing. I'm gonna be honest, Peachie, like we growing with the plant. Like nobody's an expert. We growing with the plant, right? I see medical use. I see recreational use. I don't even think people use it medically. You don't even know the difference just yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Unless you experiment, but that's neither here nor there.
Exactly. And to my last point is, just like we did with wine. When I say we, just like America did with wine, how it started with grapes and it went to wine. They're going to find a way to make weed some type of intoxicating thing. And that's when you have to not let it control you. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree. I'm glad you said that, because that goes into my next question, because so there was a big difference with the weed then it. Well, are you smoking now? Let's ask that question.
All the time. Yep.
Now, is that okay? Now, is that because of the way they process the weed now versus back then? Because when I was growing up, OGs that was it. You feel me? Or Reggie or whatever. Because I feel like most of the Reggie back when I was growing up, 2000s, 90s or whatever. Because I was born in 89. So, back
not
then.
Too far away from me though. 92.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think back then the OGs were the thing, but now that they got exotics, they can mix strains, they can basically do whatever they want with the plant. You know what I mean? So does that kind of affect how you use marijuana now versus back then, or is it the same, or?
It's more of how I use and when I use.
Okay,
you know what I'm
that
saying?
Makes sense.
I love the packaging, right? All this shit cool, right? All this shit cool, the different strands, but I don't believe everything that's on this bottle. You think I believe all this? Right? So I leave it up to myself, say when to do it and when not to do it, etc.
Why is that? Why don't so let me go back. I'm a backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So first, as far as your book, let's talk about this. So you said as far as sports, when you started doing sports and you were still smoking and stuff or indulging however you did, that it was affecting you. Now, can you go a little bit into more detail about that? Because I remember in the book you said something about it, but you never really went into detail.
Got you. Again.
So I kind of want to get like your feelings and, your thoughts in that moment.
I got you. So again, we didn't have gummies, spray, all that stuff they have now, right? So then I was just smoking. And when it comes to sports, and it comes to being an elite person, an optimal person in sports or any other industry, you have to be on top of your game all the time, right? All the time.
Yeah.
With smoking and with the way I was smoking, it was a disconnect for me being on top of my game. Let's just say that. You know what I mean? So,
like how many blunts? Like,
I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest, and all my teammates will tell you this. Everybody, so you know I ain't lying. Before we head off to the game, whether it's a flight or we driving, I'm smoking before. We get to the game, right? You stay in the hotel the night before. I'm smoking the night in the hotel. I'm risking it all. Like, I don't give a fuck, right? We going on the plane. I'm bringing the weed. Like that was the guy I was. I was just letting it smoke me. You know what I'm saying? Like just letting it smoke me.
Get it in.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you at all.
And I could have waited Friday and Saturday and then smoked on Sunday. Like I didn't have to smoke those days, but I still made it a thing to smoke those days. Yeah.
Look, no judgment here because me, I'm smoking before I go smoke, and I'm smoking there, and I'm smoking after I go home, and then I'm smoking at home. Like, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But it was a different time and everything.
Right.
You know, back then when they didn't have so many strains to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't even think they had names.
Nah. Nope.
I don't even remember, like.
Not too many other than, you know, that we made up. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly. So. But look, I don't want to spoil the book for anybody that's going to read the book.
Sure.
But I am going to say that I did enjoy it, and it was a lot of different research facts in there as well.
Yeah.
You know, I can't go over that.
Right.
It was a lot of informative things, and what you get into the point where you're putting a book together and you creating and you have a cause and everything. What was your main focus or goal expressing that to the world, basically?
To let people know that, yo, I still smoke to this day. I just know how to make it valuable for me or an asset for me along my way. And it has to change. It has to change moving forward, especially when you have kids and you start to join other groups. Like Peachie, I'm going to ask you, do you have a group of friends that you know I probably won't smoke with them? I'm probably not going to smoke if I go out with them.
No, because I'm not really smoking regardless.
Okay. Does all your friends still smoke? All your friends
I ain't
smoke?
even gonna lie. Regardless, I have some friends that don't smoke.
Okay.
You feel me? But whether they smoke or not, I'm gonna smoke. So
you don't even try to keep it away from them. You know they don't smoke.
Like,
you don't walk away.
I feel like my friends should know how I am and accept me for who I am. And I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner. I'm a stoner.
Already.
That's just what it is.
Already. Do you see yourself changing a little bit as you move forward? Even if...
Yes, I do.
Okay.
The only thing I see me changing is the way that I intake it.
Got you. You don't want to roll blunts and stuff no more, pretty much.
I just started getting into like tinctures and stuff, and I actually really like how it makes me feel.
Okay.
So it's like I might just overall just stop smoking and just do like tinctures and stuff. Like put it in a smoothie or something, or maybe put it in, I don't know, some liquor if I'm trying to get lit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, just in a different way, but still be able to get that, because I ain't gonna lie, like I really sometimes don't need to be smelling like weed. Like, especially if I'm going to a function, even though most of the functions are 420 friendly.
Got you.
But at the same time, you know, I like smelling like a flower. I'm a girl. You know, weed is a cool fragrance, but just like everything else, it's a time and a place for everything. Right. And everybody don't need to know everything. Exactly. They don't.
Exactly.
You know,
so
because I don't want everybody to know that I smoke sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to share. I only got one blunt left. I'm not finna share with like 2-3 people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just as you found that I smoke, now we friends now. No.
Yeah, no.
It be like that though. It does.
I got you.
You know, so Go to cannabisinfusionz.com. I'm gonna definitely make sure the website has a link to your book, and people can listen to the podcast and stuff. And I don't want to, spoil it. So I'm going to switch this over and I'm going to ask you just some questions about your experience as far as smoking. And have you influenced anybody to be aware of their habits? If it's being a detriment to them in any way, you know what I'm saying? So, how have you feel like you inspired some people, even the people that are close to you, as far as like watching the habits?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I feel corny, right? I'm gonna keep it real. All my homeboys who I roll up with still to this day, they're like, "Oh, don't let it smoke you, nigga," right? Or when I go back to like I ain't gonna lie. Like I tell you, I feel.
Me to laugh, but
Peachie, I hate that shit. But it's like
I know.
It's like you gonna see.
Are you one of them dudes that be like, hey, you just come on, like every time you come around, you just walk in and like, hey,
that ain't me.
No, y'all know y'all better watch that smoking now.
That ain't me. That ain't me at all. But they gonna put me in that position no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what.
Yeah.
But so when I go home for Thanksgiving, I know they gonna hit me with the, bro, you smoking before we eat or not? Like, get out of here, So,
it's funny.
But some real shit, Peachie, it influenced them. I see my brother, an artist, right? He rap. I see him all the time. I see it's like, bro, I'm headed to the studio. No, I ain't gonna smoke before. I'm gonna wait till I get in there. It's still a sign of not letting it smoke you. He's like, I got a cousin who's like, cuz I used to smoke 8 blunts a day, cuz now I'm at 4. Like, yo, it's winging on down. Like, so I'm seeing it affect those that's closer to me without telling them what to do and what they should do, because I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm seeing right now for sure. And I spoke to a few high schools. I spoke to a few colleges right now. So the word's getting out there. And as you've been seeing, cannabis is becoming legal everywhere. So I think the alignment's there and it's the right, I think it's the right timing for sure.
So how do you even feel about that?
I love that shit. I'm all about
it. Coming from where you came from.
I'm all about it. If I think the ones that's in the seat that's making it legal, I think they're not putting no regulation around it. Because if you notice where these dispensaries going, us as Black people, we was locked up for it, right? Pay attention to where these dispensaries going. They going in the low income households, right? Income neighborhoods. I'm saying they going in predominantly Black and brown. So I'm like, you're not locking us up, but you're trying to hit our pockets, right? So it's a lot of shit going on.
Look, man, we're the most powerful in the dollar. Like, ain't no, and I wish it could just switch to like more positive things.
Right.
Like, investing and getting the neighborhoods better. And, because I'm from the city of Chicago.
Gotcha.
So, South Side, in the 70s.
70s, South
That's
Side.
Significant to everybody watching from Chicago.
That's significant.
So I'm not gonna tell y'all where, but I'm just gonna let you know it's over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, just being from Chicago and definitely people getting locked up for having weed, even if it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Just having people getting their vents rated just recently and stuff. So they still have a lot of work to do, but
right. And it's becoming legal federally. I'm just hoping they're not waiting until these pharmaceuticals and these big corporations get that. You see how many tobacco companies then bought these cannabis companies?
Mm-hmm.
Like cannabis companies. What the fuck you think this shit gonna be good? You think it's gonna be good for you?
That.
Me neither.
So, but that's my opinion. You know what I mean? I would say definitely do your research before you go indulging and stuff.
Exactly. So
you can't even really trust the people that you trust.
No.
Sometimes when it comes to things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate because I feel like cannabis is like supernatural. It's like natural. You can grow it from the ground with actual soil from the earth. So
Right.
That's just another thing that just is here to distract us from what's really going on.
Exactly.
But yeah, so before we go though, what is one thing that you want people to take from your book and you as an advocate?
Yeah, I would say do what you do, just don't let it control you. If you haven't had any questions for a younger one or somebody that you know who might be rolling around in this don't let it smoke you pile here, email me at don'tletitsmokeyou@gmail.com. We can go back and forth. I'm creating a framework right now to really help people. A little one-pager though, Peachy. Nothing too fucking long, right? A little one-pager to really help you speak to people who just now starting. I really lean towards young adults who's in that transition phase, trying to figure themselves out as a young woman or a young man. So yeah, that's a little bit about how to keep up with me. My last little message, and Peachy, this was helpful, man. Thanks for putting me on here for sure.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah, no,
I appreciate you even coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
I haven't did a visual podcast in a while, but I'm gonna probably start back doing it because people want to do it. So
got you.
And I'm cool with it. I mean, whatever. This is what I do every Sunday.
You got a nice voice. You got a nice personality. So it was a good podcast. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Look, where can everybody follow you on your social media?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram _TISTE. I'm on LinkedIn from time to time. That's how I do my connections there. I don't really post too much on there, but you can follow me, Tarris Batiste, and yeah, we can go from there.
All right, that sounds
Peachy, you follow me too. Make sure you follow me too, Peachy. Make sure you follow me too.
I am following you. You're not even following me.
I'm not. Man, fuck, let me change that right now.
Yes, follow me back.
What's your name on there? What's your name on there? Is it Peachy?
Well, you and everybody else can follow me on Instagram at Big Boss Peachie, PEACHIE. Every Sunday, Anchor, Spotify. Follow us. cannabisinfusionz.com website. I'll make sure I had a link to your book on the website. And y'all check me out. Don't forget the strains of the week as well. Clout Chaser and OG Purp. I think that Clout Chaser was smoking.
I was trying not to talk to you too much. I was trying not to talk to you too much while you were smoking. I didn't want to get down.
No, man. Yeah. I never be too high to do this. That's how I know it's what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm with that. If I ever in Chicago, Peachy, I'm gonna hit you too. Now that we connected.
Definitely, man. Let me know too. Y'all follow Tarris.
Yep.
That's how you.
Yep, Tarris. I appreciate that.
Yes, Tarris. Yes.
Yep.
All right, y'all. See you later. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Yep. All right.